who impressed on Saturday when we were out there. It seems like with so many guys in front of him, he might not play this year, but is he already kind of forcing his way into that?
Well, Josh Kattus is really pushing these guys. Josh Kattus comes from a good program. I knew what he had. Nobody really didn't realize that. Now, his dad played 9 years in the NFL as a tight end. He played in Michigan, so he was well tuned when he came in. But he is pushing these guys. Josh Kattus is going to play this year.
It seems like all those guys do a little bit different. I mean, they're different types of tight ends. How helpful is that kind of creating?
It is. But what I'm trying to do is make sure everybody can do the same. Like, but you got like Josh. I mean, Isaiah Cummings, who's more of a explosive tight end, H-back. You got Dingle, who can do it all. He's like an Army Swiss knife. You got Bates, who's your traditional tight end. And then you got Keaton, who's kind of can do F and Y. And then, Kattus. Kattus is, I'm trying to give a young buck a lot of praise right now because we got a lot of talent in there, but he is really coming in, really pushing these guys. And that's what you want.
What's your message to Keaton, Ben? I mean, he was the guy 2 years ago we were all talking about, and then all these other tight ends emerged while he was hurt. What's kind of his approach?
His approach actually been pretty good. He's been a leader. Like I said, I use Cal. It's like everybody gonna eat, and in this offense, it's gonna take 2 to 3 tight ends sometimes in a game. And I like the way Rich, positions all these guys to get them the ball. But in my room, you better be a blocker first. So the message to Keaton is, he was injured last year, came back. He actually was doing pretty good. And then he's a guy that's a veteran, just like Bates, which is a good combination with all them guys in there. I just think Keaton really gonna play a big role for us this year. You can't coach 6'6.5", 250. He can run, so he'll be a big part of his offense.
So what's impressed you about Rich so far? The way he's
you're gonna laugh when I say this. So Liam was kind of like the cool young gym teacher, and Rich is like the social studies veteran teacher. But I can tell you this: our tight ends, because that offense coming from San Francisco use a lot of tight ends, and our tight ends really love. But I think Rich is more experienced because he's been doing it for a long time. He came right in, and I really believe he just left over with Liam. So it's really no drop off. I just think Rich is a little different approach, but he's more of a mature, not mature guy, more laid back guy. Liam was a more juice, and we love that too. So.
How has the offense reacted since Saturday, kind of letting the defense get the best of them?
Man, y'all came in right when y'all missed a couple other practices. I mean, it's always gonna be like that. The defense is pretty good, but I can tell you this: our offense is pretty good. Y'all weren't here today. That we did pretty good against them. But I will say this: when you're going against that 4 linebackers, that core is probably one of the best in the SEC. If I say top 3. Them guys are hard, and my tight ends going against them all the time, really giving them a lot of good work.
There's been a lot of talk in the last couple of weeks about the quarterback recruiting, high school recruiting success rate. Obviously, there was some bad luck, there were some injuries. Is that as important now with the transfer portal when you can just go get a Will Levis after a couple of years?
That's a good question. It's kind of like you always want to keep your core. I always use it to the NFL draft. They draft 7 guys, and then they have free agents for another 5 guys. So we will draft 17 to 18 guys, high school kids. But your question about the quarterback, I think you can go get it's like free agency. There's a lot of other developed quarterbacks that are on other rosters. And all I'm going to say is this. They seen what we did with Will. They seen what we did with Wandale. So this is actually a place that they want to come to. So that's not going to be an issue. We're going to have a good quarterback for the next couple of years.
You all brought in the guy. He's not solidified in your position per se, but he's kind of an all-around kind of guy. D-back. What do you see? Do you see him possibly having, doing things in your offense?
He's a guy that looks the part. I still think he needs to pick up on some things, but I think as going through the process of fall camp, he'll get there. He'll get there.
Okay. So you do see maybe a hybrid.
Hybrid, like receiver, H-back. Could play running back. I mean, it just depends how we want to use him. I mean, he's a all-around athlete. He really is.
Just coming in late, I guess you got to get played.
You got to get caught up. It ain't that easy when you're trying to learn this offense.
Yeah. This offense, the intricacies of this offense seems to be more so than anything that maybe I've seen right here since I've been a long time. I haven't seen anything like it.
See, that's typical Bates falling down.
Did the best you could.
Dude.
We stayed on him.
Still falling down.
And tried to.
He's a strong kid. He took my hand.
On top of all the stuff.
Yeah, it is. This offense is, if it's ran right, you can cause a lot of problems with defense because you can be in 13 personnel, 11, you can be in 22, you can be in 21. I mean, it's just, that's the 49ers, though.
Yeah.
It really is. That's the 49ers.
That's my second team.
49ers, good team, good physical team. You got the right guy coming here. Good coordinator that likes physicality and throwing it down the field.